direct your attention to the west end zone of the stadium. This is the College of Idaho football team on the field.
All right, here we are, Coach's Corner. I'm Coach Mike Moroski with the football Yotes from College of Idaho.
At the Coach's Corner, we have interviewed several members of the community in the last few weeks. We invite you to join us. So check us out at Yotes Football on YouTube.
We're here with the Chief of Police in Caldwell, Idaho, Chief Rex Ingram. We're thrilled to have him as our first guest in the Coach's Corner. So, Chief, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, and I'm so honored to be with you, present with you. You're such an inspiration to so many people across this country, athletes and leaders, and just super blessed to have you in my life and have you here at my police station.
Well, tell us about yourself and what you've learned about Caldwell PD and where Caldwell PD is going.
So I am a 20-year law enforcement veteran. I spent the first 17 years of my career in Los Angeles, in Los Angeles Police Department. And I left there in 2022 and took this job here in 2022. Super happy to be here and continue leading the men and women of the organization and protecting Caldwell. It's a great small community that is growing so fast and so quick that we can barely keep up, but just really exciting things happening in Caldwell.
Well, we built the football program. We started 12 years ago, and it's been exciting for me to be part of Caldwell too. And I've been very impressed with the city and the way the police are involved, the firemen, the schools, everything. Are you a Yotes fan?
I am a Yotes fan. So, I'm a BSU fan. Since we're having this conversation, I know you're really good friends with Coach Peterson, and he is actually one of the people that inspired me a long time ago to be a BSU fan, and so long before I moved to the great state of Idaho. But obviously, I root for the home team, and since I work in Caldwell, I love this town, and I'm a Yotes fan. So.
Well, I think you'll be really surprised. I'm excited for you to come to a game, and we got a big game coming up August 30th, so a night game. BSU plays a couple days before. And by the way, BSU has been absolutely fabulous in their support of the Yotes. But how about on the police side of thing? What can our fans do to have the best possible experience, safe experience at Yotes football games?
Well, it starts with the pregame, right? Everyone likes to have fun. Everyone likes to tailgate and do their thing. And, I just want to reemphasize, if you're going to drink responsibly. When you leave your car, we have a very safe community. We're one of the safest cities in the state of Idaho, and we want to keep it that way. But, things happen, and a lot of times people will look into cars if they see something valuable and the doors are unlocked or open, they might go in and take your valuable item. So lock it, hide it, keep it is kind of the mantra. We know that people have to cross a major street to get into the stadium and to get into Simplot Stadium. So make sure you look to the right because the cars go one way, and sometimes we have tragic things happen on Blaine, and we don't want that to happen. So, make sure you cross the street well, and at the end of the day, we want you to have fun, and we want you when you're at the game to have fun and be great Idahoans and just enjoy the fan experience. And then when you're leaving, make sure that you get to your car safe as well and you get home safe.
How about culture? Culture's big for me as a football coach, and developing a certain magic, a feel on the team, a brotherhood, all those things. I'm sure those are things in the police force too that you're working on. How do you work on those things or develop those things?
It's a great question. So in my opinion, culture will always trump policy or procedure. And in my opinion, culture is defined by the most acceptable form of bad behavior. And when organizations or teams accept bad behavior, that's what you can expect out of your players, out of your employees, out of your family members. And so what we try to practice is really establishing a culture of ownership, a culture of professionalism, and really a culture of positive attitude. And it starts with the leadership. And we by hiring, retaining, and promoting the people, the decision makers that are out there leading by example, leading with the heart, or that are charismatic, and that really invest in each other to see success, right? And so to build a high performance team, you gotta be in a position to actually be accountable yourself. and hold yourself to a higher standard. And when you want to achieve excellence and all those things, it starts with having those conversations, but really building trust at every level and decentralizing the information and things to allow people to become leaders from the ground up, and giving them the tools and the power and empowering your people to be the best they can be. And athletes are no different than police officers. We work on a team. We are all working cohesively to try to reduce crime. You guys are trying to make wins, make W's happen. And you can have a bunch of all-stars on a team, but if egos get in the way, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to win the game. So we try to hire people, and my job as the CEO of the company or as the chief, I kind of look at myself like you as like a head coach. I'm like a talent agent. I'm constantly scouting for the best person for that job. Not everyone can be the quarterback.
Similarly, a big part of my job is recruiting, and I know that's what excited the mayor at the time and the community at the time when they brought back football, to have 140 guys who are good students and good guys. And so I kind of bought into that vision, some of what you're talking about already, but maybe we can speak a little bit more particularly about leadership development. We're
Right.
leaders and emerging leaders,
Right.
and everybody's got a different role, and it excites me so much to see guys really embrace that and own that, as you were talking about, and become leaders, in their senior year. But they're young guys, but you must probably recruit some young guys too.
Absolutely.
Now, what about visibility? In my world, football world, I mean, most people on the College of Idaho campus, many in the community would recognize, maybe because they're wearing purple Yotes football shirts and stuff like that, but they recognize the football team. And there's a double edge there. It's positive and people are so supportive, but there's also a added accountability.
Mm-hmm.
I tell our guys, if you do something dumb, people are going to know about it. And but that's part of growing up. That's the way I deal with that. But I was thinking, policemen have the same sort of thing, right? People are looking at them to see them do something wrong. They're also community leaders, as you mentioned, but there is a positive negative there. What's your experience with that?
You hit the nail on the head. I mean, just like athletes and professional athletes and college athletes, they're leaders. And so they're role models. More than anything, they're role models for people in the community and for people in the world to look up to. And nothing is more disheartening than finding or seeing, a major professional athlete or a professional anything, anyone doing something that shocks your conscience. And nothing is more disheartening than watching a police officer on YouTube or on some news channel doing something that tarnishes the badge that we wear. The badge is worth a couple dollars. It's a piece of metal, but really behind the badge, what you have is the only people that are sworn to protect this country from evil and truly the thin blue line. And what our founding fathers, this republic that our founding fathers made. And we're the people that do that. And in order to have college sports or professional sports, so people can go out there and not worry about get their heads chopped off or get their arms chopped off like in third world countries that we're at war with right now. And so for me, when I look at a college athlete, I look at it as a leader. And when you wear that uniform on or off the field, it is not a job. It is not the college that you're at. It's a lifestyle, and you represent that organization 24 hours a day. People look up to you as a role model, as a hero, as a leader. And so, yeah, it is a double-edged sword. And, but we hire human beings, and human beings will be humans no matter what. We don't hire robots, and that will never happen. But it's the same type of leadership preaching that we do in the academy from day one. You represent not just this organization, but you represent this badge across the world. And one bad action or one great action can have an impact and go viral, especially with social media now.
I really would like you to talk about that in particular to the guys, because I think that was very, very well said and very valuable. I think that'll matter. And the younger the guys, the harder it is for them to grasp that completely. What about why we're here is kind of to engage each other, be part of the same community. How can we help you? How do you think you can help us?
Well, I think that the Caldwell Police Department has been a longtime partner with the College of Idaho, and we enjoy providing service at the tailgates, at the games. We enjoy having that partnership. I have a phenomenal relationship with your athletic director, and I think it's just maintaining that relationship and having these dialogue and being able to have the conversation. If you have anything that you need, where you can pick up the phone and call me 24 hours a day. And I have a couple. Things that I try to live by is being visible, approachable, accessible, and responsive. And I truly believe that's what the College of Idaho is as well. You start going to bigger schools and across the country, you can't get a hold of the AD or the head coach or whoever it is there. They're too big time. Mm-hmm. And so I really enjoy having that true college vibe here in Caldwell. And whenever I have people come in, special guests come in to visit the department or whatever out of state, I will always drive them through C of I and down the streets and take them by Simplot Stadium and show them where the games are. And, it's really nice to have that truly in our backyard. But to be able to provide a level of service where your campus safety officers can call me, the head of safety there, the chief can call me 24/7 when there's an issue or about to be an issue, which really there's not that many issues at the college, is really phenomenal to have that partnership. So we don't see that, especially in academic America anymore. It's getting very political and very polarized, where sometimes the institutions don't like law enforcement for whatever reason, and we don't have that here in Caldwell, and I'm proud to keep that tradition going.
Well, before I let you go, Chief, I do want you to do me one favor, and I'll say first, real quickly, the Yotes are everywhere, and they can't be stopped. I'm hoping that you'll be able to join me in that rallying cry.
Absolutely. The Yotes are everywhere, and they cannot be stopped.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Coach's Corner. Again, I'm Coach Moroski from the College of Idaho Football Yotes. Our guest today was Chief Rex Ingram from the Caldwell Police Department. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Chief. Thank you for joining us here on the Coach's Corner. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation, and we look forward to you following us on our YouTube channel as we continue to engage with the Yotes community. Remember,